Broadcasting live from the Albay PIO News Center, providing you the most exclusive news update from all over the province. This is 12 o'clock Newsbreak. In the local scene, the provincial government of Albay, through the Provincial Budget Office, has begun reviewing the proposed 2025 annual budget for programs, projects, and activities of all the departments. During the three-day budget hearing, the PBO assessed each department's priority PPAs and corresponding budget to ensure appropriate funding allocations. The proposed budgets were scrutinized based on three main criteria: fundamental considerations, the assessment of PPA capability and allocative efficiency, and the impact of the upcoming 2025 local elections. This is to ensure that the PGA services continue to reach Albayanos despite potential election-related restrictions. Department heads and representatives also engaged in discussions and shared suggestions on the proposed PPAs, ensuring that they align with the Albay Heats Up framework. Various adjustments and clarifications were made during the hearing, and department heads are expected to reconvene for the finalization of their proposed budgets and PPAs for 2025. In other story, a total of 991 beneficiaries of the Tulong Panghanapbuhay sa Ating Disadvantaged Displaced Workers TUPAD program received their salaries during the first batch of payouts led by the Public Employment Service Office, PESO. The first day of payouts, held early this month, covered 57 beneficiaries from Tiguduran, 35 from Uwas, 22 from Libon, 23 from Pulangi, 37 from Kamalig, 29 from Villar, and 39 from Ginubatan. On the second day, 24 beneficiaries from Tiwi, 258 from Tabaco, 26 from Malilipot, 33 from Santo Domingo, and 183 from Bakakay received their salaries. The first batch of salary distribution concluded on September 4th, with payouts to 72 beneficiaries from Daraga, 73 from Legazpi, 3 from Manito, and 8 from Rapu-Rapu. TUPAD is a program of the Department of Labor and Employment, DOLE, in collaboration with the provincial government of Albay, aimed at providing temporary employment to displaced and other vulnerable workers in the province. Each beneficiary received a 10-day salary totaling 3,950 pesos. In the national scene, the San Miguel Corporation is now ready to take over Ninoy Aquino International Airport, NAIA, this coming September 14th. It has already laid out their plans with regard to terminal reassignments. According to the proposal of new NAIA Infrastructure Corporation Terminal, Terminal 2 will only cater to domestic flights, while Terminal 1 will be used exclusively by Philippine Airlines for its international flights. Terminal 3 will accommodate all foreign airlines, along with Cebu Pacific and Air Asia Philippines international flights. Meanwhile, Cebu Pacific domestic flights will also be moved to Terminal 2, and Air Asia domestic flights will be reassigned to Terminal 4. In other story, the Department of Agriculture is planning to expand the ongoing trial run of African swine fever ASF vaccines, bought from Vietnam, to more areas in the country. Agriculture Secretary Francisco T. Laurel Jr. said that aside from Visayas and Mindanao, they would also include red zone areas in Luzon. As part of the controlled testing, 150,000 doses of ASF vaccines would be allocated for hogs in La Union, Quezon, Mindoro, North Cotabato, Sultan Kudarat, and Cebu provinces. ASF vaccines will be provided for free to help hog farmers find cure for the viral disease, as well as in safeguarding their stocks to ensure a steady supply of pork in the market. In other news, Eastern Visayas has recorded a surge in the number of dengue cases in the first 8 months of this year. According to the Department of Health, the logged 10,807 dengue cases in the region from January 1st to August 31st is 297% higher than the 2,723 cases reported in the same period last year. The country has already recorded 22 fatalities this year, which is higher than that of 2023, with only 9 deaths. Meanwhile, Iloilo, Ormoc City, Calbayog City, and Bohol have already declared a state of calamity due to the increasing number of dengue cases. And in the news outside the country, the North Korean nuclear force is gearing up for a combat against the United States and its allies, as vowed by North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. This was after the said country disclosed a new platform likely designed to fire more powerful intercontinental ballistic missiles hitting the mainland U.S. Kim noted that they will bolster their measures and efforts to make all their armed forces, including the nuclear force, ready for any combat. He said in his speech during the 76th founding anniversary for his government that their country is facing a grave threat as a U.S.-led regional military bloc expands and develops into a nuclear-based one. The leader emphasized that this development urged North Korea to intensify its military capability. And finally, in the news outside the country, a total of 47 inmates escaped from prison in Kakata town outside Liberia's capital. Based on reports, the said incident was due to a security system malfunction in the said prison. According to the jail ministry, they are already taking all necessary actions to recapture the escaped inmates. Moreover, Liberia National Police has already deployed additional officers to take part in recapturing the fugitives. And that's all for the 12 o'clock news break, September 11, 2024. We'll be right back tomorrow for more news updates. And thanks to our 12 o'clock news break writer, LJ Lurejo. And on the technical side, Chad Bobis. And of course, our Provincial Information Officer, Mary Luduca Castillo. And under the supervision of our Governor, Edsel Grex Lagman, I am Greg Hallare. Thank you for subscribing.